there were two moments that Justin came out to me. The first one was he didn't do it because he wanted to. I actually found a picture on my computer. I think I was around 12, 13 at the time, just after the monk days, like going to middle school. I logged into my computer and I saw this image on my desktop. I was just like, that doesn't look like an image that I would download. So I clicked it, opened it up, and it was just like a naked dude, like sitting on like a couch or something.
How do you remember this? I don't even remember this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I probably have much better vivid memory of this.
I download a lot of photos.
Yeah.
Growing up with siblings, we know from experience how beautiful yet frustrating having a sibling can be. But as singletons, which based on our research is what twins call non-twins, we are so curious about what it's like to be not only a sibling, but also a twin.
The relationship that twins share is a very special sort of siblinghood. And while it's likely they have similar interests or quirks, they each have their own identity. Our guests today are our dear friends, Jason and Justin, or the JRod Twins. We've known them for almost a decade and have seen them grow and transform so much in those last 8 to 10 years. From being musicians on YouTube to going into property management to going back to school, they have changed and grown so much during that time. So we're very excited to explore and chat through that journey with them. So with that, let's welcome Jason and Justin Rodjanapanyakul.
Hello.
I got that right? Did you get that right? Did you get that right?
Honestly, there's like 5 different ways to say it. So
How do you say it?
We don't even say it right.
Well, I mean, I say it differently than how Justin says it. I try to say it in a more smooth, flowing, kind of cool way.
Like a Rodjanapanyakul.
Kind of like that, but not like that.
That's actually the best way I think you've ever said it.
Okay.
The way I say it's more like Rodjanapanyakul.
Oh.
But I don't say it like that. No, I'm just kidding. It's more like Rodjanapanyakul. But then he has more like hard syllables when he says it.
Well, I try to make it easy for people, so I say Rodjanapanyakul.
Girl, don't make it easy for people.
Well, okay, if you want a hard, say the real Thai way, which is Lokjanapanyakun.
Lokjanapanyakul.
Yeah.
Rodjanapanyakul.
Yeah, that's actually
Kun
not
or kun?
bad.
Wow.
Kun.
Okay, so we're
L
good.
is like an N in Thai.
We don't say it like that. So, but
Okay.
I mean, it sounds pretty cool, I guess.
It is
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Well, a common phrase that we hear about twins is that there's a built-in best friendshipness since like birth. Would you both agree with that? What was it like growing up as twins?
Well, I mean, there's an undeniable connection that we have for sure. I think that just naturally comes with a lot of quality time together. And if we're talking about quality time, twins spend a crap ton of time together in the womb, right? That's 9 months of just like being in a cocoon together.
Kicking each other's faces.
Exactly. Yeah. Kicking each other.
Oh yeah, because we are in that position.
Yeah.
You would know. You know.
Maybe playing patty cake. Who knows, right? We're just doing whatever we're doing in there.
Singing in there.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm just
maybe.
imagining all the things that twins do in the
happen?
womb. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I think when you come into this world as twins, you already have a head start. You may not be like conscious and you're not like talking or anything like that, but there's just this sort of, I don't know, how would you explain it? Like a connection that bond that you forge in the womb. So you go from wombmates, I like to say, to roommates. So,
Yeah, and I think to debunk like the telepathy questions that we get all the time, which is probably like our most asked question, we can't read each other's minds. Let's just.
Have you tried? Have you had a moment where you're like, hey,
let's try it
okay,
right now.
actually, okay. First word that comes to mind. 3, 2, 1.
Tennis.
Hey, that's. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I feel like twin telepathy, all it is really is it's more of like us having very similar interests, right? And so we think of the same things. So that really helps us like, say the same things in certain, social situations and stuff. But in terms of us like reading each other's minds, I don't think we've ever had a situation like that.
No, I think it's just more of, like what you're saying, we just spend so much time together that we know each other like the back of our hand.
That makes sense.
And so we can finish each other's sentences. We know what each other is feeling, even if we don't have to ask, it's probably similar to a marriage in some ways, right? You start to spend time with Phil and you know what he's feeling, but you don't have to ask.
Oh, for sure. I know him better than he knows himself. He just doesn't know that.
See,
same thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That is
so-
a good way to put it.
I've been in between houses lately because of the big move to New York, so it's been really hard to get on a consistent meal prep schedule. Between staying at Ray's sister's house to my mom's house, I want to make mealtime as simple yet delicious as possible. For these busy times, I always turn to Factor. Eating better is easy with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to go in just 2 minutes. This is so clutch. Work also has been super jam-packed with us prepping for so many recordings that my lunch has to be as quick as possible. 2-minute for meals save me so much time during the day and allows me to be productive during these busy times. There are also so many options to choose from every week. I'm personally on the Calorie Smart plan, but there's Protein Plus, Keto, and so many more that will work with your preference. I'm still thinking about that one barbecue pork meal I had with sweet potatoes. It was so yummy. Factor is a perfect solution if you're looking for fast, premium options where no cooking required. We've done the math. Factor is less expensive than takeout, and every meal is dietitian approved to be nutritious and delicious. Head to factormeals.com/ABG50 and use code ABG50 to get 50% off. That's code ABG50 at factormeals.com/ABG50 to get 50% off. I think speaking of spending a lot of time together, let's kind of take it back from like, how'd you guys grow up? I know you guys are from Seattle and you have a very interesting childhood. Like you guys spent time in a monastery together. You guys were monks.
You guys were actual monks?
We were.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't know?
I thought you were like in the presence of monks.
I mean, we were like,
Whoa.
We were monks in training.
well,
Monks in training.
Yeah, they call it monks in training,
Yeah.
but most people just call it, like baby monks. Yeah,
Aw,
kind of thing.
Very
Like,
cute.
So cute.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
0 to 8 was pretty relatively normal
Okay.
lifestyle, right? And then my mom got introduced to Buddhism through a friend.
Mhm.
And so she wanted to become a nun because of the things she was going through in life. She was
Gotcha.
just, I think she was just done. And
With
so
men.
she wanted to move on. But then obviously she has kids, so she can't do that if she has kids, obviously.
Mhm.
And so she asked us, like if I decided to make this decision and become a nun, would you guys be okay also living in the monastery as well? But we would be living separate though. So that was
Oh.
what was going to happen.
Okay.
So we agreed. And so that's how we became monks. And my sister also came with us. And so us three lived in a temple. My mom went to Vietnam and became a nun. And then that was that. So we did that for 3 or 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah.
Whoa, that is so okay. Well, I feel like I maybe knew this before, but like I'm like relearning it, and it's such a fascinating
Yeah.
background.
That period definitely shaped who we are as people for sure. Even though we were so
Yeah.
young, but it was like going from adolescence to like teenager years. It was kind
Yeah.
of that
Your preteen.
transition.
Yeah.
Preteen.
What are like the top things you feel like you took away from that experience?
Oh man. Yeah, I feel like living away from your parents at such a young age, it really teaches you to be more independent. We basically lived with a bunch of strangers, at a temple, and we had to learn how to build new relationships at such a young age with no assistance from our parents or like
Mhm.
anybody that we knew. And so, we kind of had to learn how to just, I don't know, I guess like survive.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we had people that supported us in the temple, but it was unique because we had this strong bond prior to going to the temple. But going to the temple, it almost strengthened our bond even more because we only had each other.
Well, I think a common perception about twins is that there's this like conflictless, magical connection that you have between the two of you. And it sounds like even growing up together, you were always just like super close, and your bond was even strengthened more so because of living in a monastery and being baby monks. So cute, just like envisioning this. But were there any challenges that you faced growing up as twins? Did it take like a lot, because you both are so close now, did it take a lot of work to get to how close you are today?
I'd say there were way more pros than cons to being a twin.
Yeah.
Jason likes to say this a lot, but we were kind of like zoo animals, like twins, because I mean, think about it, right? Anytime you see a twin,
Oh,
like,
I see.
Oh,
You're like,
I see. I
oh,
thought
that
you
way.
guys were like super hyper, but yeah, I see.
no,
You're like, yeah.
not in that way.
I mean,
but
we
more
were
like
that too.
more like a petting
We were
zoo, kind of
Oh,
a
yeah.
situation.
Like a
Yeah.
spectacle, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so there's always like the same questions you get or like the curiosities that people have about being twins. And so you always kind of get treated in that way. But it wasn't a bad thing because it's nice to just be able to just like
A lot of attention
right
on you.
Ah,
Yeah. From a
okay.
very young age. Like since
Oh, you're
birth
right.
up until, now, it's like we still get that attention just because we look alike.
Yeah.
People are so curious about this weird foreign alien type thing. And we're like, what? There's two of you guys, you know? And then, but I mean, we totally get it because when we see triplets, when we see twins, it's not all that weird because we know it's like to be a twin. If anything, I'm like, what's it like being not a twin, right? Yeah, like that must be cool.
Oh my God, that'd be such a. Should we flip this interview?
Right? So yeah, twins is super normal to us.
But was there any like conflict between the two of you, like or challenges growing up because you were both twins?
Not really. Yeah, because I don't think we were that competitive when it came to just certain things. Maybe a little bit of tennis, but even then, I don't think we ever had that competitive energy between each other. I think it does have a lot to do with us having different energies. Like I think I have more of like a masculine kind of energy, and he has always been more in touch with his feminine energy. And so I always looked up to dad. He looked up to mom. So there's this sort of
like
kind of yin yang.
Yeah, jinx.
Exactly.
Are we twins?
That is
we are kind of alike, I think.
You guys are on the same wavelength.
I've always wondered, like, yeah, like
if
me
we're
and Helen. Hey, remember that time? Yeah, no, I'm like, remember the time we played volleyball? Like, we were just killing it together.
There was one time we ran 10 miles together. So random.
Yeah.
Wait, barefoot?
After clubbing.
Not barefoot.
No, okay, I thought you were.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I did show choir and musical theater in high school, and I remember for some of the costumes, I tried to wear shapewear. I thought it'd help with my performance, especially with all the moving around and dancing I was doing. However, I always felt super restricted and uncomfortable in the shapewear I chose. From that moment on, I became very selective on what shapewear I wore, and to be honest, not a lot have been winners. Until now. I discovered Honeylove, and oh wow, it keeps everything tight, yet I'm super mobile. It's probably due to their compression technology and their best-selling Super Power Short. It distinguishes between areas where you want more support and areas you need less compression. Their Signature X targets and sculpts your midsection without squeezing your natural curves. It's designed to work with your body, not against it. Another thing I should mention is that this piece is also a booty lifter. As a girl who's already proud of the shape of her butt, these shorts give me that extra lift, if you know what I'm saying. The boost bands on the back of the thigh give your bottom amazing shape. My trousers and my butt look good. Treat yourself to the best bras and shapewear on the market and save 20% off at honeylove.com/abg. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off at honeylove.com/abg. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Move with confidence thanks to Honeylove. Wait, I had a question. Because I feel like sometimes when you're opposites, like, don't you get like, oh, why can't you be more like Jason or more like Justin? Because you guys are so different in that aspect, right? Like, you guys didn't get that comment from your parents growing up?
Or like comparisons, right? Did anyone ever compare you to?
Not really.
Not from our parents, because our parents were never really like my mom was never really like the tiger mom. She never like really pushed us academically or anything like that. There was really no pressures from our parents. You know, that's a double-edged sort of sword, because sometimes I wish I did receive more. Maybe I would have done better in school and whatnot. But at the same time, we had a lot of freedom to just like explore our own identities as twins. And even a short period after our monk days, we lived apart actually. So we, you know, I lived with my stepdad and he lived with mom from middle school up until high school. So those were some really interesting years too, because we were able to form different interests and like explore our own individuality at an early age as twins.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Also, maybe not cool because you live separate. I don't know, but
we were neighbors.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So. Yeah, it was a unique living. Yeah, I mean,
okay.
We weren't like states apart or anything. We were neighbors, but still, that's significantly a lot less time you would spend if you're not in the same under the same roof as someone. Especially as a teenager, all you do is spend time in your bedroom and like being on AIM and like talking to friends and stuff. So we had a lot of downtime where we were just like alone from each other. So, but yeah, in terms of like conflict and stuff,
I can't think of any.
You guys are that magical perception of twins, then, because that's.
I mean,
Mel's like, I know conflict.
I know stuff, but it's more like, we might.
Like, shouldn't I spill it?
But if it's more like, I don't ever focus on conflict when you were young because I wasn't there. I've seen other things.
Oh, nowadays
is different. Yeah. Like when
let's talk about nowadays.
Yeah, it's like when you work together.
They also live together.
Full-on adults.
Yeah.
Like, can I just point that out really quickly? I think, yes, we're talking about like the similarities and all this stuff with twins, but I don't know, comment if you're a twin, but I don't know any other twins that lived with each other all like their whole life. I know you guys had like a year or so of separation, but it's very rare to be living with your twin brother, your sibling for this long. And I'm sure like as you evolve, there's going to be some conflict, which we're going to be talking about right now too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just kind of highlighting again, like what I mentioned earlier, we did live apart from 13 until 18. So living in different houses, it did kind of minimize the amount of arguments we did have. So that did help a lot in terms of like the amount of arguments we had to get into. Once we got into college, we kind of moved back in together. And then from then on, there was like a lot of arguments, a lot of bickering, you know.
Is it just like normal bickering, or is it twin related things that might have come up?
So I think our biggest arguments have stemmed from working together. So because not only are we brothers, we have the same friends, we went to school together, but we also work together. So it's literally, there's no separation there. And I think, and you guys may know this too, working together, but it's like you start to just argue about the stupidest things, right? The more time you spend with someone, the more stupid the arguments are going to be, right? And so it's kind of it's like more arguments, but less severity. But it's like just annoying things. And so
little habits that start coming up.
We'll have moments where we just like scream at each other, like at the top of our lungs, and we won't like budge, right? Because we're just so like, who wants to be right kind of a thing.
But so because we have such a strong foundation and just overall like decent, good communication with each other, we don't pent up things. So it's almost like a healthy, it's almost healthy to bicker, right? Because if you don't bicker, you're penting everything up.
I remember certain situations when like, I know you guys are like talking about something very mundane, like, oh, we have to do this, or like, oh, do you respond back to blah, blah, and then you guys start slowly, the tension starts rising, and I'm just like, and the room is getting hot. And I'm like, there's no one to talk to besides this cat. I go play with the cat.
I can always feel when you start to feel uncomfortable too, because you don't hide it very well.
Me too.
Wait, why?
We don't know too well.
No, just like when we start to like bicker a bit, you low-key get annoyed too.
No, she goes,
you do.
Okay.
You're like, I don't want to hear this right now. I'm trying to relax.
Exactly.
I don't remember that.
You're ruining my peace. You're disturbing my peace, my zen.
But they're always like, we're heading out to something, so I'm just like, all right, let's go. Let's get out.
That's the voice. That's the voice.
For sure, no, because when Mel comes down to OC to hang out with us, she's she usually goes to escape, right?
It's like we're relaxing.
It's an escape.
Yeah.
And so the last thing you want to hear is like two twins just bickering, so I get it.
But here's the thing. I think when I see this interaction, I feel like it's not like a twin thing. It's just like a human connection thing.
Right.
Like
I agree.
It thinks you're going to run into little things, You're dynamic. It makes sense.
I would think that like from like a young age, it would probably be the comparison thing that I would probably be the most annoyed by. Like, oh, if your twin brother's doing this, like, why aren't you doing this? But it sounds like that wasn't an issue between the two of you.
Luckily, fortunately, we didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Like, what if we were like two super bro-y mask like twins? Maybe there would have been room for more like, oh, who has the cuter girl, or
kind
of that vibe. But
so let's talk about that.
Let's go into that.
Perfect segue.
Yeah, so there's a certain dynamic here that I don't know if people haven't listened to our old episode. Definitely go back, listen to episode 66. This is where Justin so bravely, because that was the first time, right? So bravely came out on our podcast. Yes, and this was before video, so it's all on audio. But yes, go back to episode 66. And I remember during that episode just how vulnerable you were. And so I was like, that's like one of my favorite episodes. Whenever people ask, I'm just like, damn, the fact that you did that was like so cool. And I know that was really hard for you too.
I mean, I'm glad it was virtual, because I feel like if we did this, I would have been 10 times more terrified with the cameras and stuff like that. But no, thank you guys for bringing me on, because that was probably one of the most like, I don't know, like probably like one of the most life-changing moments for me, because I finally was able to just like let go.
And just release.
And just move on and fully accept myself. But obviously it's still a journey to like, I guess, explore my gay identity. It's going to be a lifelong journey. And but I'm just in such a better place now.
Yeah, good. Yeah. So happy to hear that. And I know during that episode, we were talking about how Jason was so supportive of you, during that journey. What was that like initial conversation like between the two of you? Because at what age, I guess, did you start to realize that you were gay?
I mean, I feel like I knew since I was like 6 years old, but just I didn't know what it was. I was just like, I kind of want to be a girl, and I like splitting my hair down the middle. When we had the ponytails, I would split my hair down the middle and pretend I'm a girl. I was like this, look in the mirror. But
he used to try on dresses. Well, I think my sister put the dresses on him when he was a kid too.
Yeah.
But
she
not
never,
you.
No, she never did that to me. I was always like, the hat backwards kid,
Oh.
trying to be like dad. But yeah, you were definitely like the little princess.
I was, and people called me Justina. Like there were people in our lives that would call me Justina. That was my nickname. And but I feel like it wasn't until you didn't really have an idea until you found that photo.
Yeah,
on the computer, which I shared, I think, the story briefly in the previous podcast. But
yeah.
I don't know if
We can bring that up again.
Okay, yeah, just to refresh it. There were two moments that Justin came out to me. The first one was he didn't do it because he wanted to. I actually found a picture on my computer. I think I was around 12, 13 at the time, just after the monk days, like going to middle school. And I logged into my computer and I saw this image on my desktop. I was just like, that doesn't look like an image that I would download. So I clicked it, opened it up, and it was just like a naked dude, like sitting on like a couch or something.
How do you remember this? I don't even remember this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I probably have much better vivid memory of this.
I downloaded a lot of photos.
Yeah. There was just this one. He must have forgot to like delete it or something, right? And I'm like, well, at first I was like, okay, who the heck downloaded this on my, like, mine would not be a male, first of all, right? And I'm like, it could only be one of two people, either my brother or my dad. I'm like, I don't think my dad knows how to use a computer well enough to download an image like that. And so that's when I'm like, okay, it's the suspect is definitely Justin.
Yeah.
And so that's when I called him over and I basically confronted him about it. I was like, hey, like, is this yours? And I think he tried to deny it at first, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's something I've been hiding my whole life. I'm not gonna. Yeah. And I think I blamed it on my sister. So I was just like, I think
Stephanie
Stephanie.
I was like, Stephanie doesn't live with us anymore, though. Like, that'd be really tough for her to do all that.
I don't know about you, but it feels like a lot of my friends are now getting on that baby train. If you have a friend who is also expecting or have little ones still in diapers, I always recommend Pampers Swaddlers. With Pampers Swaddlers, you can also rest assured that this diaper will prevent up to 100% of leaks, even blowouts. Swaddlers has dual leak guard barriers at the legs to help protect where leaks happen most. And they have a blowout barrier, which is an innovative back pocket built into the diaper to help prevent those messy leaks up the back. Did you know that on average, babies will use up to 8,000 plus diapers before becoming potty trained? That is a lot. That's why Pampers Diaper Stash is the hottest baby gift for 2024. So give a gift to a loved one that says, we see you and we've got you. Pampers Diaper Stash is an online diaper fund that all parents with little ones will love. You can organize friends and family to contribute to a group gift of an online stockpile that never has to run out. Pampers Diaper Stash is great because it takes the guesswork out of choosing what size and how many diapers to gift. It's so easy to do, and it's the gift that always fits.
Obviously, you guys are so close growing up. Did you have like an intuition? Like, I feel like Justin maybe is, but then you just never thought about it.
At that age, 12, 13, I don't think I really thought about it.
Got it.
During that time, I feel like, we were throwing out phrases like, oh, you're gay, things like that, just like to joke around with your buddies and stuff, right? Yeah. And so that was my mindset. That was all I had to associate with like gayness or like, sure, I knew what being gay was on a very surface level, but yeah, I think in that moment I was kind of in denial. And I think I said something along the lines of like, are you sure you're gay? Like, are you sure you can't like change? Is this really who you are? Things like that. And obviously looking back, I'm just like, oh, that's horrible that someone would say that. But as a kid, you just don't really know any better. And yeah, so kind of, we just kind of forgot that day ever happened really after that. And we did live apart. So it's not like I had to confront that sort of awkward situation every day again.
Yeah. So fast forward now to the second time I came out to him. We hadn't brought that day up for 7-8 years, right? And I went on pretending to have fake girlfriends, all these things. And we went on like double dates. My girlfriend was like your girlfriend's best friend at one point. And I never did anything with the girls. God forbid, like I would never.
Wait, but then the girls be like,
you're like, what's going on? Are we not kissing?
Because they're kissing and then we're not.
Maybe I just dated very wholesome girls. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
But the farthest we would go was like kiss and then maybe like cuddle in the bed or something.
Do they know now?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
When you're cuddling, you're like, ew.
It was more like a BFF kind of vibe, like watching That's So Raven in bed, and then like
they were definitely bummed. They were definitely bummed. I'm gonna tell you that. That's one thing I observed for sure. Third party.
I can visualize it.
Yeah, just That's So Raven, and then I don't know what was going through maybe their heads, but I just knew that I was like, oh, that's a nice nap.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that happened in between, and then eventually I turned 21 and I started dating a guy secretly. And I would have to lie to Jason in order to go and meet with him, right? I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna go like pick some things up from the grocery store or things like that, but I'd be gone for like 6 hours.
A lot of things to pick up.
Yeah. And so I was like, I can't keep this up anymore. It had already been like, I'd say like 2 months. And so I was like, okay, I have to tell Jason. And so I ended up writing a long ass letter to him, and then I left it in the bathroom for him because he wakes up super early. I told the story already, but I'll just repeat it. Yeah. And and then you read it the next morning, and then you were like, I've been waiting for this day. And then so that's how you found out the second time. And we were both so happy.
We were both very happy. And then after that, we hit up the gay clubs.
That night?
I don't remember, maybe, but yeah, there were some golden times after that. Like we would hit up Capitol Hill. Are you guys familiar with Capitol Hill?
No.
He's like the WeHo of Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When Jason said, I've been waiting for you to tell me. So maybe as you guys got older, you kind of knew he was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And when he's away for 6 hours, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Once I got a little older, maybe, late high school, I can pick, I started to pick up on things, like he's in choir, the people he was hanging out with, his ability to have such good relationships with females without feeling like, anything is at stake, or it's just very easy for him. Like he would always connect with females so well, and I would connect with males a lot.
And he would connect really well to the females that I would connect with.
Wow.
Okay, well, tell you what, speaking of that, we have to talk about dating.
Put it like that.
Yeah.
Dating.
Well, dating. Okay, so let me set the context. So we care about dating in high school, college, and even now. So right now, you guys actually live together. And I'm just curious, like the dynamic. You guys are roommates. You possibly bring home people, go on dates, and I also know, like, you guys are both really friendly. Like, how does that? Are there ground rules? Like, for example, if Jason were to bring back a girl, is Justin like, I'm not going to be in the house? Like, just walk me through the dynamic you guys have.
Yeah. I mean, that was definitely a process to like try and figure out how to manage our love life in a way where I think we both value privacy when it comes to our love life and our dating life a lot. I think it's also nice to have that because we know each other so well, and it's nice to just have something that we can keep private. We don't keep it like entirely private. We do like share about our dates and stuff, but I don't know. It's nice to have that.
It's like everything else. We know everything else about each other. It's nice to just have that little thing, just a little bit of privacy there.
Well, you don't ask questions to each other.
I mean, the thing is, we do. But it's not like that relationship where we just spill everything to each other kind of a thing,
Well, actually, do you mind sharing a little bit about the statement you made, or a little joke of like, because I'm pretty sure like, what happened when you made really good close girlfriends and maybe Jason, like, were they like, oh man, I wish there was like a straight version of you? It's like, oh, there is Jason. And
actually, has that ever happened?
Because they always say the best ones are either taken or gay, but you also have a straight version of yourself.
True. Yeah. Like, Justin, now that you're in school, has anyone been like, dang, if only you were straight, I would totally be dating you? You're like, oh, well, I have a brother just like me.
Actually, I mean, those similar situations have happened, but it's not like they're asking me if I have a straight brother. It's more of maybe like I'll ask if they're single and be like, oh, and like I have a straight brother if you like what you see. But it's like very, I don't know, it's not coming from their end. It's more of just like playful like banter on my end or something. I don't know.
There was one instance, not one instance, it was actually like a phase, but but no, Justin had like a good friend and throughout school, and I mean, I don't want to mention any names, but like we did end up like hanging out when Justin wasn't around, like a handful of times, and handful, and then I'm just kidding. We'll keep it PG-13. No, but it was it almost happened kind of more organically. It wasn't like Justin sets it up and it's like, all right, yeah, you guys go and have fun now. It's like, no, it was more of like we all hung out and I vibe with her. But at the same time, if Justin wasn't her friend, I probably wouldn't have never even had this opportunity. So kind of like yeah, those situations. It would be very easy for those opportunities to present themselves.
And Justin, you're okay with that? Or
I didn't find out about this until like years later.
Oh.
So if I had found out in the moment, I don't know how. I don't think I would have been okay with it.
Like, why are you taking my friend? Why are you just hanging out with my friend?
Yeah, it would have made things very weird. But they did a good job at hiding it. That's for sure. They were sneaky.
Both
Maybe.
so secretive.
They're very private, I think, with their love life.
Yeah. But these days, like living together, we're forced to try and figure out, you know, a way to continue, be proactive with our dating life and stuff without feeling like, oh yeah, we're never going to be able to, you know, pursue someone unless we live apart or something. It's like that would be just that.
So is it just like scheduling? It's like, oh, don't come home tonight.
There has been moments where we've done that. We're like, hey, are you going to be like at the gym at this time? Because if so, like, can you just, you know, stay out there until like 1 a.m.?
I must say though, transitioning out of doing YouTube, which was like working at home.
By the way, yes, check out the JRod Twins on YouTube. They're amazing singers.
Love it.
Yes, check out the channel.
So during that time was really hard to do anything at home. You know, we couldn't bring anyone home because we were home all the time with each other. But now that we have different schedules, I'm in school full time. He also takes classes now too. And so it's nice that we have this like separate time now where if we ever did want to bring someone home, we could, you know? And so
I mean, how much do you feel like individuality like matters to the two of you? It's like now you're saying you have your like lives kind of were so merged and now they're a little bit more diverged. And there was a stint where Jason, you were living in Seattle and Justin, you were still in Orange County. Like, what did that separation teach you about the dynamic and the relationship that you have between the two of you?
Oh man, so many takeaways. I mean, my personal experience moving back during the peak of the pandemic, that was when we stopped doing YouTube and then, you know, no more gigs and whatnot. And so we're just like, okay, yeah, you know, it's a good opportunity to just like slow down, take a break. Everyone was kind of taking breaks during that time and kind of doing some, you know, self evaluations, reevaluations, and just trying to see where you're at life or in life. And so I decided to just go back home and spend time with family. And meanwhile, Justin stayed here to, you know, stay with the cat and, meow, meow. You know, just very important, huge priorities there, the cat. And then also kind of took care of the side business we started, the Airbnb business. And yeah, when I went back home, I don't feel like I got to explore my own individuality as much because I've been away from family for so long. We've been away from family for so long that when the second I went back, I just had to kind of rekindle all my relationships and stuff. So it was a lot of like family drama that was pent up and, you know, things like that, right? Things of that nature. And so that's why I ended up moving out of my family's home to downtown Seattle. I was like, all right, I need privacy now. See if I can actually explore a little bit my personal life now. And meanwhile, Justin was in California, just, you know, in paradise. Just enjoying his pandemic.
No, honestly, I felt bad for the amount of freedom that I had and like independence because I was over here living in a nice little apartment by myself with my cat and, you know, I could do anything I wanted. And I'm just seeing Jason like stress out every day over like family problems at home. You know how it is when you go back home. There's always things you have to kind of deal with. And I'm like, yeah, I felt guilty, but also at the same time, I felt very like, I'm like, this is my moment kind of a thing. Like
grateful.
Like I need to embrace this time that I have. It won't last forever. And I feel like that was the starting point of me getting to where I am today, which is going back to school and like letting go of like being a content creator full time, you know, because it's really hard to go from, it doesn't happen as often these days. I feel like nowadays it's more of 9 to 5 transition into content creator, but I feel like you don't see content creator transition back to normal.
That's true. That's true.
It's like, it's really hard. You have to let go of a lot of things.
Yeah.
Freedom, whether if it's like the privileges you get,
pride,
just all those things. And so just being able to let go of all those things and just like enjoy, I guess, real life again was huge. So
how did you guys go from like, so obviously like with JRod Twins, you guys were a musical duo, like you guys were together, it's all about music. And so I know you had that time in OC, I got to play with you that time too, it's fun. And you got to like explore your individuality. How did you guys, once you guys separate from the music duo, were like, how do I find my thing as Jason and as Justin? Like what was that journey like for you guys?
I think we're still in it you know. Justin is obviously back in school and doing his interior design thing, and it's super exciting. He's like creating cool ass like sketches of like, or not even sketches, it's like literally like floor plans of like cafes and shit, you know. So it was
So
like,
cool.
yeah, really cool.
The first thing Justin said when he came onto our set was, "That pot needs a plant." I mean, sorry, that plant. That plant needs a pot. Yes.
You guys will see. Look in the previous videos. There's this little like drapey vine thing that's just sitting
like
in the
right
stock.
here.
Like,
All right, let's not, it's not where's Waldo. It's not where's Waldo.
no,
in the
everything else
video.
looks great though. That's just a little decor thing.
All
here.
right.
Yeah.
The lighting is great. Yeah, I feel good in here.
Yeah.
Good.
I feel
Okay.
It's all about feeling good. In this space.
Exactly. Yes. And you
It's
look
about the
good
vibes.
too.
It's about the
Yes,
vibes.
the vibes.
Yeah.
So how about I think you're
Did
saying
we
how
answer the question?
I know. I'm like,
No, I
what
think
was
it's
the
just I
question?
was asking because I'll say and be honest. I'll be honest and say like following both your journeys to transition and finding out like what you're interested in your own like individual careers or like your interests has been for me very inspiring, and I love following to see what you guys are doing. So I know what Justin, you mentioned, went back to school. You're always really crafty in our holiday get-togethers. Well, you're the one that always made like a
You
like
made birthday cards, pop-up birthday
but
cards.
like the cards and everything.
Yeah.
And so I
Yep.
think it's a natural transition for you to do like interior design, like something creative but design. And then Jason also is like, you're very handy.
Mhm.
So I think
That's
really,
true,
yeah.
yeah.
You guys for the Airbnb business, I know you do more of the handy stuff. So I'm curious, like, where has that journey taken you for what interests you want to explore?
Okay. Yeah. I think one thing that helped us a lot figure out like what directions we want to go into
Mhm.
was our Airbnb business that we actually started right before the pandemic hit. Because we didn't have the online content to focus on anymore, we went full on into the Airbnb business.
Mhm.
And while we were leaning into the Airbnb business, we were able to figure out what our strong suits were and what our sort of, I guess, weaknesses are when it comes to the skills. And I learned that I'm a lot better dealing with non-people problems, like things like problem solving when it comes to systems or like even like a leaking faucet, like a toilet, like clogged toilet. You know, I'm talking like in that kind of realm. Justin is very good at customer service. He's really good with people. He's able to compartmentalize in stressful situations when it comes to guests and stuff in times, because you know those things happen all the time where guests are like, hey, this is not working, or oh, I scraped my car on the garage pillar, you know, and Justin has to, you know, communicate and make them feel like they're okay and stuff like that, you know, and yeah, it's not the end of the world and stuff. And yeah, for me, I'm like, I just deal with like, you know, the handyman that I have to, you know, call, or like the weeds, the maintenance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with that, then have you been like, okay, with that, I want to do this?
Yeah. So, how did that?
Or are you still exploring, maybe?
Yeah, I think having the Airbnb business was able to give us a little more freedom, I guess, when it comes to time. And so Justin leaned into the interior design stuff almost immediately, whereas for me, I took a little more time to just like figure things out. Right now, I am back in school now, though. I'm taking some business classes,
Awesome.
and I took a freaking sewing class, like a fashion class, to make some really cool like tote bags and stuff that I'm super proud of, and it's been really fun. But yeah, I'm kind of just in an exploratory phase right now. Nothing to go back to because I never finished school. I never had a 9 to 5. And so I'm kind of just figuring out that path right now. Yeah.
You're in it. You're in it. Yeah.
But also in a very entrepreneurial mindset, because we have been entrepreneurs from the get-go going into our adulthood. So it is kind of cool. It's like going to school, but with an entrepreneurial mindset. Whereas it's not common for people to do that out of high school. Just like, what's that stable career that I need to figure out so I can be set for life? It's like, for me, you know, I'm still willing to take big risks, but I'm just like learning right now what risk I want to take.
Yeah. It's much more intentional than when you were at a younger age. Yeah. Ooh, excited to see what comes out of this.
We'll see. I don't know.
Could be the next Property Brothers, right?
You guys.
That's what I've been saying.
I know, right? You guys been calling us that.
That's what I've been saying. I was
shall
also
see.
saying, because obviously as a mom now, I'm like, I consume so much just like kids music content. You both be so good at that, but obviously it has to be your passion in order for you to do it, right? But I'm like, y'all be so good at that. Anyway.
Be a singing property duo.
Singing property duo that does kids content about building houses.
Sure.
Oh my God. We got to hit
It's like educational at the same time, you know? Things
Where's
that you
your
don't teach you.
screwdriver? Where's your...
Oh God. We gotta. I mean, I feel like you would be really good at that though. But
you never know. Yeah, it sounds like a promising niche, but yeah, I don't know. I'd have to get myself to pick up a guitar again. You know, it's been a while.
You're so good.
It's been a while.
If you're like me and not only know what TRL stands for, but miss coming home and playing it in the background after school, this message is for us. We have been adulting for a while, and the daily stress of showing up as our best selves at work, swiping left, managing our finances, trying to get the recommended 8 hours of sleep, eat balanced meals, just trying to keep our lives together in general can cause stress aging. Yeah, that is a thing. But if there's one thing I feel like I can control, it is my skincare routine. I have been using Clarins multi-active day and night creams, and I can feel and see the difference in my skin texture. It's more hydrated, which means that overall my fine lines and pores look smaller, and I just feel overall more radiant. Clarins multi-active cream uses a skin charger complex made of 2% niacinamide and sea holly bioextract and been clinically proven to strengthen the skin's moisture barrier. Their products are rooted in nature and innovated with science, and they have a long legacy of creating industry-first plant-forward products, which you all know that I love. Go to clarins.com/ABG and get multi-active day and night creams for 10% off, a free welcome gift, plus free shipping on your first order. That's clarins.com/ABG with promo code ABG. Clarins.com/ABG with promo code ABG.
What do you think is the best part of being a twin?
I feel like the best part about being a twin is probably always having someone that's down. In our, obviously I'm speaking in our, circumstance, because obviously not all twins have this relationship, but for us, I just feel like we always have each other to do what we want to do, whether if that's going out to eat, whether if that's sitting in and doing nothing, it's,
you have a companion.
we have a companion, and we like to say all the time that we're like a married couple, but we just will tick off a lot of those things that I feel like a married couple, I think, would have.
No, totally. Yeah.
Besides the, the romance
Whoever
part.
you all date is going to be definitely third wheeling.
Yeah. For sure. What I like to say a lot is that, a lot of people go through their entire lives trying to find a companion. They're trying to find a soulmate. And that's at the forefront of their minds, because who wants to be lonely, right? Loneliness is like the worst thing that anyone can feel. And so I think being born as a twin, you never feel lonely. And it's like one of the greatest blessings and gifts that anyone could ever ask for. And yeah, it's that's basically what he was saying. Like, I have someone there to talk to. I have someone there to emotionally support me, and that's everything you find in a relationship with someone, like a marriage. And you guys both know that. Yeah. So, I mean, while we do fill in those boxes, the boxes that are still empty is the romantic intimacy part of it. But it's very hard as twins to kind of let go of everything that we already have to then, jump into a whole nother relationship, which is why there are a lot of codependency issues with twins. Yeah, we're like, why do I need a relationship? Like, sure, intimacy in that way is very important, romance and obviously long-term having kids and whatnot. But for me personally, I've never really envisioned a future where, I want kids or want a family and stuff. And maybe that's the way I was brought up and raised. I'm not sure why. Kind of doing the inner work for that stuff right now. But I'm comfortable with where I'm at. I think deep down though, I do long for like a partner and maybe kids. I'm not sure, but
I'm very curious to see, and like obviously as your friends, we're curious and we're curious to see where you land on this. Yeah, as you start to more self-discovery. And
well, I'm also curious, like, are you looking for a partner that's just like each other then? Because if you already know, because a lot of times people are like, I have this checklist, I don't know if this is the right checklist, like tell me what to remove from it. That's a great you question. Kind of already know. Yeah,
that's a great question.
I feel like certain things, obviously, like I would like my partner to have that are similar to what your personality is and like your traits. Because I think obviously we both accept each other for who we are, right? To the fullest. And so that's what I would like, right?
For sure.
And I also think that you're also someone that's very you don't react emotionally a lot. And I do. And so
someone who's
to
emotionally
have
stable.
someone, that is more emotionally stable, more objective. I think I would, a lot of your personality traits, I think I would like to find in a partner.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think because we bring each other so much comfort, it's only natural to kind of want those things in a partner. The same thing with like how maybe your parents might treat you, right? It's like kind of similar. Like maybe your dad might have treated you a certain way, and naturally a female who was treated with so much love by their father figure, they may want to find those things in a future partner too.
see that.
Similar.
Okay, I see.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess to wrap up this segment, can you share really quickly, something hard, your favorite thing about each other?
No.
Favorite thing. I think my favorite thing about you would have to be you just don't take things so seriously. And you've always been kind of a goofball, which kind of makes me a little bit less serious too. I mean, I'm not the most serious person, but I have my moments where I can be. Yeah. And I think you help bring just that more relaxed, just chill side out of me. So
thank you. I appreciate that. I think my favorite thing about Justin is that he's gay. Yeah. I like that my brother's gay because it's a very unique experience to have a gay brother. It really opens your eyes to a whole new entire world. And I have some of the greatest memories with hanging out with my gay brother. Yeah. So it's been pretty awesome. A lot of people can't say, that they have a gay brother and that they've gone to gay clubs and, they just like have some just super, out of your comfort zone experiences.
Yeah. It's like as similar as you both are, you're both bringing in such different experiences to each other because of your own like outlooks on life and how different that is.
That's true.
Wow. So sweet. Okay, so we're going to do a fire round of most likely. Okay.
Fire
most
round.
likely.
Okay.
Actually, this is not part of it, but who's older between the two of you?
I'm older by like 55, 56 minutes.
Yep.
Damn,
56 minutes?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Wait, that's crazy.
You want to know why?
Yeah, real quick.
It's because I was given birth naturally.
C-section, baby.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yeah. My mom went through it.
Shoot.
She went through it.
Because you were like, I want to stay inside.
I was like flipped.
Oh, because you were flipped. Oh, you
Damn.
probably kicked him upside the head and like,
Yeah.
get out of the way. Dang. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Okay. Most likely to get hit on.
Justin.
What?
Justin.
Okay.
You said Jason?
I said Jason, yeah.
I'm saying Justin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious.
Can we explain or is it just rapid?
If you make it fast, you
Yeah,
can.
make fast.
He's just he has a more welcoming energy. So I think girls are more likely to go up and approach him. Yeah.
And then you go that way.
I wouldn't describe that as being hit on though. I don't know.
I would
Just a
say
different
so.
energy.
There's if people come up and talk to you, that can be considered hitting on.
I disagree with that.
Really?
Yeah.
More likely to be approached. How about that? Yeah.
Hit on?
I agree
Okay, so
with
you're
that.
talking like hit on like with like a pickup line kind of thing?
Dude.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I don't do that.
see, I don't hit on people with pickup lines. That's the thing. I hit up people.
People hit on you.
Yeah.
People don't really ever hit on me.
Shut up. Okay. I've been to clubs with both of you. It's Jason.
Are you sure? Who was the last girl that hit on
Let's
me?
not talk about it.
People might look at me, but I don't think I give off an energy where they're like, oh, I'm gonna go and talk to this dude.
We'll talk about it offline. Okay. Most likely to spill a secret.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3.
Jason.
Justin.
What?
I mean,
These
wait, you
answers
said
are
Jason?
all off.
I think me because so when you were in the closet, you know how to keep a
I know how to
secret.
keep a secret. But at the same time, I do hang out with more girls, and I feel like girls are a little more gossipy, and so I kind of prize it out of you a little bit. Yeah,
You know,
so that's my explanation.
You know what? That's true. That's just Justin.
Yeah.
It's Justin for sure.
Okay, most likely to be first up for karaoke.
1, 2, 3.
Justin.
Yeah.
I like how I know. All right. Most likely to have their phone battery die.
Ooh, I already know.
Ooh.
3, 2, 1.
Justin.
Oh
That's-
no!
He always has a portable with him. That's why.
Oh, okay.
He's prepared.
Most likely to initiate sibling arguments. 3, 2, 1.
Jason. Really?
What?
Really?
I don't know. I feel like I have, because like I said, I react more emotionally. And so I think that could initiate, conflict.
Yeah, I think we're zooming into different like
Situations.
Yeah.
situations that first pop into our heads.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just thinking about like maybe like the last couple times
Oh.
where I was being petty about
Oh.
something.
Oh,
But
it's good that you can
I mean, you
recognize
have your
that,
moments.
that
It's like
you were petty.
60-40. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, next one is most likely to make friends with a stranger. 3, 2, 1.
Jason.
You literally just
What?
said Justin.
off.
Wait.
You literally said Justin has so many people approach him, and you just said yourself.
Wait, you're more likely to make friends with strangers?
Oh, that's
I
true,
mean, I'm
actually.
just thinking in this stage now.
I feel like I
Yeah.
am.
Who started the argument? I
Dude,
just started.
No,
Dude.
you're right.
Dude, I literally just created a tennis tournament that I'm hosting for my birthday, and it's all with people I've met, once or twice in my life.
Oh,
You know why? It's because I'm channeling.
TFTI.
Yeah.
bitch.
It's because I'm channeling kind of like my student life right now, and I'm meeting so many
Okay.
kids. I'm just that's why. I think throughout our whole lifespan, it's been you for sure.
Okay.
But even in this stage too, like I'm in school and I'm like, I'm always out trying to talk to people.
All right,
We get
it's a
it, we
debate
get
now.
it.
Anyway,
No,
We get
this is
it.
good. This is what twin life is, guys. So don't worry. This is what twin life is.
Okay.
Okay.
Always debating.
Most likely to borrow clothes without asking.
1, 2, 3. Jason.
Oh.
He's wearing my pants right now,
yeah.
and
Wait, those two
What
look like the
else?
same pants. No, they're
these are like
different?
carpenter.
Yeah, he
These
wore
are like
that? Yeah.
Those are my shoes though.
Yeah.
But I gave you permission. You
Yeah.
didn't give me necessarily.
All
give me
right.
You don't
permission for this.
ask.
Yeah, I don't ask.
Okay, the next one is most likely to call mom first. 3, 2, 1.
Justin.
Oh,
Easy
wow.
Easy.
Jason.
Mama's boy. Mama's
Mhm.
boy.
All right. Most likely to be the life of the party. Ooh. 3, 2, 1.
Jason.
Really?
But not really. If we had to,
obviously.
if we had to decide between the two, I think. Oh, here's the thing. This is the rationale behind it. I think it's because Justin is always someone who keeps an eye out for people at a party that aren't talking to anyone. So maybe,
Aw.
That's so nice of
and he
you.
always makes an effort to make sure people feel included, and that's one thing. And I'm not really that type. I
Mm.
just talk to people that that is in front of me. kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? But Justin's he's just like always.
I'm very
Oh.
hyper
You know,
aware.
you know what? I think we and you are thinking different answers. 'Cause
Yeah.
When they think Justin, we're like, let's go, Justin. Let's go.
Yeah.
There's
Well, that's
like
the
go
thing.
ahead.
In that
Thing.
sense,
Yeah.
in that sense, yes, though too. Like dance floor, and
Yeah, yeah.
if there's a dance floor, it might be a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what?
But-
Sometimes I do feel like that gay kind of like super fun and vibrant like stereotype that like gay people
That
get.
you love or hate.
I sometimes it puts pressure on me in certain
Oh,
situations.
I see. Okay,
Obviously, with friends that I'm comfortable with, I
Yeah.
don't feel that. But like that expectation could be there for
Yeah,
other
I can
people,
see
and I
that,
just
yeah.
don't. Yeah,
Like,
I-
I'm tired today.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm naturally more of an introverted person, and so I feel like I
Mm.
didn't explore my extroversion until like later in
That
life.
makes
So
sense.
that's why. Yeah,
Oh,
just
interesting.
comes back,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Last one. Most likely to kiss and tell.
Kiss and tell. What does that mean exactly?
Like-
you want a date and things happen, you tell them.
Yeah.
Kiss and tell.
wait. Tell the person that we're kissing, or tell other people.
Bro.
Tell each other.
Okay, wait. Sorry, I actually haven't used this phrase. I've heard
Yeah,
of it.
really?
but I haven't
Either.
used
I've
it.
never
Yeah.
heard of
Like
it.
when you like make up with someone, you're like, oh, I made up with her. Like,
Yeah.
and you tell everyone, all your friends. And,
Okay, so tell your
Oh.
friends.
Okay.
Kiss and tell.
Yeah.
Oh, who's more likely to do that?
Yes. 3,
Damn.
2, 1.
Jason. What? Really? We're so different on every.
Yours is so
answer.
off. That's wild.
Wait, you tell people who you kiss?
No, you don't.
You don't.
Oh, wait. You're right. I just misunderstood.
Yeah.
This guy.
The content. Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah,
he's
no, I don't.
hella private.
I'm very
Yeah.
private. I'm
Yeah.
very
It's
private.
like I'm pretty private. I don't tell people either. But if we had to choose between the two of us,
Mhm.
it'd
Let's do it,
definitely
for
be
sure.
me.
Okay.
Yeah, I would tell some bro,
Yeah,
like a couple
you're
of
right,
bros, or like I don't know, something. Yeah, maybe I tell you guys if you ask. Like
yeah,
something like that.
You do
Yeah.
actually.
I have
I mean,
pride.
yeah.
I think
I'm not super guarded when it comes to
okay.
my
That's
dating
true.
life.
Yeah.
If people ask,
I'm not that guarded anymore either. I just feel like I'm just scared. But I do tell you if I
No.
have like.
with Justin, you have to be very, very close and you have to pry it a little bit and then
Yeah.
you develop that relationship where he'll tell
Yeah,
you.
true.
Yep.
Like, you don't, for example, you won't be like, oh my God, Mel, guess what? I'm on a date. No, I'll be like, hey, dude, so how is it going in that round? Like, what? And then I have to get that answer out of
Yeah,
you.
true.
Versus I'll be like, oh my gosh, I wanted to date. Yeah, it's very different.
You don't offer.
I don't.
the-
I don't.
The, yeah.
I don't just spit it out
The
like
data.
that.
Yeah.
You gotta get it out.
Yeah.
Well, I think we are at the end of our episode. Is there anything
Mm.
else that you would want to share with our listeners?
Well, I mean, I'm just really stoked to be here again. The first time I was here, I mean, I was on, what episode was it? Like 17 or something?
Like you and Mike Bowe.
Yeah, us and Mike Bowe were talking about like males
and someone else,
females.
Tim?
No, it was just Mike.
Oh, just Mike. Okay, yeah.
I learned about the pee hole in the shower.
Yeah.
Shower, yeah. We're talking
that
about
was
a
an
lot
interesting episode. Yeah,
it was. But yeah, we were here in this room, but no like lights or cameras. It was like
just
microphones
audio
on books and you know, like humble beginnings, you know.
Aw, yeah.
So it's good to be here again, and super stoked to like how like far you guys have come. Like, look at us. You know, we're just sitting on a freaking sick ass, you know, set right now. So yeah, but anything
I don't know. I
say?
just want to say the same thing too. It's been really cool to see you guys grow and have such a loyal following, and you guys are here in a studio now, and it looks amazing. And if you ever need an interior designer to design your next one, I'm ready. I know you guys have asked me before.
Yes, we have.
But
bring a pot next time.
Yeah.
If you guys are looking for a designer, you know, like, hit me up.
Yes, drop your handles. What are your handles?
My handle is Jason Rodjanapanyakul. And what's yours?
Mine is Justin Rodjan. Rodjan.
Is your phone ringing?
Yeah.
He was like, Justin Rod.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this episode. It's always so pleasant and fun. We have our friends on the podcast. If you guys resonate with this episode, leave in the comments. Leave in the comments if you're a twin. I'm actually curious if we have twin listeners out there. And let us know a fun fact about your sibling dynamic. Thank you, Jason and Justin, for joining us. We will be hanging out very soon offline. And with that, we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.